Now at 5 on 10 TV News HD.
For the first time since Tiger Woods' scandal erupted, he spoke publicly about his troubles.
I have made you question who I am and how I could have done the things I did. I'm embarrassed that I have put you in this position. For all that I have done, I am so sorry.
Tiger's apology came this morning in front of a room full of invited guests that included his mother. But do his comments go far enough?
Well, tonight we have two experts in public relations and athlete relations to talk about this issue. Brett Adams is a sports agent and lawyer with Adams, Babner, and Gitlitz. Matt Henderson is a public relations specialist with Peritus PR. First, let's get your thoughts about Tiger's comments, and let's start with you, Brett.
Well, Tracy, I think, first of all, it's about 3 months too late. In this day of the internet, it is incredibly important vitally important to immediately come and address the media. And what has happened, he's had 3 months of internet and viral second guessing everything that he's done.
All right, thank you. Matt, what about you? What do you think? Too late?
Well, I think Brett's exactly right. You know, it is too late, and you know, one of the things about today is people are going to question his body language and also the staging in ways you know, his apology took place.
You're right. It obviously he read from a prepared statement, and we want to listen in again on just a brief part of that where he talked a little bit more about what he had done.
I was unfaithful. I had affairs. I cheated. What I did is not acceptable, and I am the only person to blame.
So he's admitting what he did. He's taking all the blame. Do you think this is going to be enough? Does it allow the public to get a chance to let him move forward, or will they still question him? Matt, let's begin with you on that one.
Well, you know, again, it comes across, you know, his body language comes into play. You know, do the people believe him? You know, are we going to actually believe what he says? You know, it comes across to me that he's acting more like a robot. And, you know, it's tough for people to digest that and to really pay attention to what he's saying.
And Brett, how about you?
Well, Kurt, it's interesting. Some of this is gender based on who you talk to. In analyzing this today, many males think that the apology was sincere. If you ask females, they're not so sure that the apology was from the heart, which is important.
Well, we all were taken by this hug that Tiger gave to his mother, and there did appear to be tears among many people there in the room. I think you're right. It sort of does depend on you know, how you read it.
Absolutely, it does. I mean, we had a lot of banter back and forth about that in the newsroom, and Tiger is saying that he's going to get back into golf, but he's not saying when that's going to happen.
Would you guys have structured this any differently? Would you have allowed him to come out and just speak from the heart without a prepared statement, or would you have sort of urged him to do it the way he did?
Well, Kurt, it's obviously late. I mean, and it's easy to second guess at this point how the apology was handled, but I think the media might question why you had a prepared, why didn't you just issue a statement if you were going to subject yourself to no questions? And I think he's taken some heat from the mainstream media on how this was handled today.
Well, let me ask you before we let you all go, can you talk about, you know, with today's statement, has he done enough? I mean, is this enough for fans to say, okay, let him play golf, let him get to the greens, or even the other players on the tour? I mean, Brett, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to haunt him for the rest of his career. It had to be done. It had to be stated. There had to be a point where he could say, this is it, I apologize, and I'm going to move forward. Unfortunately, it was 3 months too late.
Matt, what do you think?
Well, you know, he's exactly right. You know, he was basically following the steps, following the playbook. You know, he was basically building some credibility, and you know, he wants to move forward with his solution. In terms of the questions, you know, there's a number of different ways that he could have handled that. You know, this was his chance. This was his chance to speak from the heart. This was his chance to, you know, show some humility, to show, you know, really kind of speak, you know, off off the page without using a script. And, you know, he came across as a robot.
Well, interesting perspective from both you guys. Brett Adams, sports agent and lawyer with Adams, Babner, and Gitlitz, and Matt Henderson with Peritus PR. Thank you guys for being with us today.
Thank you.
By the way, you at home can watch Tiger's full statement on 10tv.com, and you can interact with us by telling us what your thoughts are about Tiger Woods' apology. We'll share some of those responses in a couple of minutes.